everybody, it is Wednesday, and that means you only got a couple more days of work, and there's new comics. Fresh off the heels of our award show, which, if you watched it, I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't watch it, what's wrong with you? I thought you support us. Like, what the hell? Come on, watch it. But we had a lot of fun. We appreciate it. And now, you know, back to business as usual, which means awesome comic books.
Yeah.
So, we'll let Morgan kick it off as usual here.
It is a bit of a light week, but what we don't have in quantity, we certainly make up for in quality.
This is true.
First of all, we have the newest issue of Prophet. Now, normally Prophet coming out would be a remarkable event in and of itself.
Indeed.
But this is written, drawn, colored, and inked all entirely by Ron Wimberly of Prince of Cats, of course.
That's right. And
Which, if you haven't read Prince of Cats,
shame!
get on that,
Shame!
like, hunt a copy down on eBay. It's out of print
Yeah.
now. You slept.
But yeah, this is the mysterious secret origin of Die Hard, all in beautiful blues and pinks. But seriously, Ron Wimberly is like one of the best people doing comics, hands down, today. And thank goodness that Brandon knows that, and that he just was like, here, do it. Do what you want. So yes, only 2 issues left. We're getting a nice, nice treat on this one, but it's gonna be a sad day when this is done.
It really is.
We're gonna cry. Well, I'm gonna cry
a
on
sad
camera.
few days between the end of that and the next miniseries.
Well, there you go.
You know.
Semantics, whatever. Let's see. On the very cute side of things this week, we have Monsters and Other Stories by Gustavo Duarte. This is by Dark Horse, and this is a wordless story about extremely cute monsters who apparently are dealing with death. And, I've never seen death look quite so cute. But yes, this is really great. This is like, classic kind of Disney, Pixar type of stuff without the CG animation. It's all got this nice kind of cream green color going on. It's a nice two-tone. There's tentacles. There's lots of tentacles.
Tentacles, guts, beheadings, giant monsters breathing fire, lots of pigs.
Lots of pigs and aliens. Very cute. Only $13. That is cheap. Holy crap, that is cheap. You cannot, you pass that up, you're losing money on that.
Alright. Another big one, this time coming out from Marvel. This is book 1 of the Miracleman reprints. This is written by, yes, the original writer, Alan Moore. If you didn't know somehow that it was Alan Moore, we're just gonna break it for you right now.
There's also some Nick Anglo stuff in there. There's some Golden Age black and white reprints. There's a little bit of history.
Yeah,
I think in
about
there as
the
well.
sort of
tumultuous,
stormy history of Miracleman publishing.
Short form here. Hopefully, we'll be seeing a complete reprinting of not only the Alan Moore but the Neil Gaiman stuff that has since
maybe
become...
they'll even throw in some of the Todd McFarlane stories, but we can hope they don't. It was a joke, Casey.
Yeah.
Thank you for laughing, at least.
I know, God, Morgan. Blast from the Past. Oh my god, I can't believe they collected this in one volume. Like, who wanted this other than me? I don't know. But this is the Creature Commandos. We're talking Frankenstein's monster, Werewolf by Night, G.I. Robot, and I think that's iVampire, right?
I think it might have just been some vampire.
Or just random Dracula.
There's a Medusa.
There's a Medusa. But, already you're sold, right? Guess what else? Nazis.
Yep.
They fight Nazis.
Who else would they fight?
It's true, because, if you have monsters in war and they're killing people, if it's not Nazis, you can't pass the comic code. And it has to pass the comic code. So you're getting a crap load of awesome, creepy, ghouly, occult cheesiness. $20. J.M. DeMatteis, Robert Kaniger. This is awesome.
Alright, now... on that note, why don't we send it over to Mr. Will so he can give us a good dose of that Marvel.
Thanks, Morgan and Casey, and I'm wearing my Xavier's shirt because number one, I'm very immature, and it's 3 great X-Men books this week. In fact, evidence caught on camera here. Casey, who gives me crap every week about my love of X-Men, grabbed for the pick of the weeks already, so I can't do it. So thanks a lot, Casey. We've had you join the Mutant Revolution. You're on Cyclops side, aren't you? All right, back. Well, speaking of Cyclops' book, the first one is All New X-Men, Bendis and Brian Peterson. Jean Grey and X-23 are at the mercy of the Purifiers. And then there's all the weird romantic tension because Wolverine's daughter is making the moves on Cyclops. But of course they have the Purifiers to deal with. So really action-packed. I really enjoy. I'm really looking forward to seeing how X-23 is going to interact with the rest of the book and the team. Uncanny X-Men by Bendis, also by Bendis and Chris Bachalo. Now this is going to focus on Wolverine. No, Magneto, I should say. Metal, different kind of metal here. You know, he's kind of been Cyclops' right-hand man all along, but, you know, and he's also been double dealing working for S.H.I.E.L.D. Well, now after the whole thing with the Sentinels that are controlled by S.H.I.E.L.D., Magneto goes rogue, goes solo on his own mission, and this is paving the way for a brand new Magneto solo series by CULLEN BUNN that's going to come out later this year as part of the all-new Marvel Now. Casey, you may have heard something about that. And finally, the third X-Men book, it's The Beast. The Beast is Unleashed. This book is so much fun. Jason Aaron and Ed McGuinness really kind of capture the Claremont, Dave Cockrum kind of era. It's basically the search for a Nightcrawler. He's in this weird heaven and hell with demon pirates and Azazel. And just when you think everyone is about to go to the rescue, the demon pirates kick in, Azazel kicks in, and something goes really, really, really wrong with the Beast. Really fun. Great book. Watch out for zombies. Zombie Crossing. It's Night of the Living Deadpool. Okay, let's just break it down because there's a lot of Deadpool books and a lot of Deadpool books on the way. This is kind of brand new. This is separate from the Deadpool series. This is CULLEN BUNN. Basically, poor Deadpool wakes up in a zombie apocalypse and he's the last superhero of the Marvel Universe. Kind of fun because he looks kind of like a zombie when you take the mask off. On to something from horrific to something beautiful and haunting. Alex plus Ada, Jonathan Luna, Sarah Vaughn. I think I told you this guy's story a gazillion times, but I saw the first cover, didn't know what it's about, bought it, fell in love. Basically, boy meets cyborg girl, doesn't want a cyborg robot girl, but then falls madly in love with her. And now Alex is going on, there's something missing in Ada, and so he's going to go in search of what it is. Really weird, says a lot about our society and technology and culture, and it's just absolutely beautiful artwork by Jonathan Luna, of course. Valiant is kicking it in with Unity. This is their first big supergroup book. What you need to know, Exo Man-O-War, kind of a rogue anti-hero. He used his alien armor to set up a homeland for his people, and he's pretty much like shocked and pissed off the entire world community. So Toyohara has assembled his own strike force. And the battle didn't go well because he's Exo Man-O-War and he's got the Exo Man-O-War armor. But this time, Livewire, she kind of comes into the fight in a different way, using her weird Harbinger powers. Really action-packed. Matt Kind, who's awesome writer, he's doing it. The great Doug Braithwaite does the art. Really cool. Marvel Knights, the Marvel Knights line is the idea of taking your favorite Marvel characters and having some independent voices take them on. This is Marvel Knights, the Hulk. Of course, here's where we're at. It's Bruce Banner's in Paris. He's amnesiac. S.H.I.E.L.D's after him. And all these weird... It's kind of like... It's perfect that it's in Paris because it's kind of like Gothic Hunchback of Notre Dame because all these weird other Hulks are kind of chasing Bruce Banner. Creepy art. Really cool. And my final pick of the day, this is a real sentimental one for me because I love the X-Files series up until a certain co-star left the show. But anyway, IDW has a great ongoing X-Files series, and this is kind of a spin-off X-Files conspiracy. There's always a conspiracy on that show. Well, this focuses on the lone gunman, your favorite conspiracy theorists, super geeks. There's this weird kind of, to set it up, there's this weird vision of the future with this plague that wipes out the United States. And from there, the lone gunmen kick in to help Scully and Mulder investigate, and they're going to be going on all these weird kind of urban myths and all that kind of cool stuff that leads up to the bigger, greater conspiracy. A lot of fun for old school fans of the X-Files television series. So that's it for me, Mr. X-Files fan now, Casey and Morgan. Thanks for having me.
And thank you, Will. And just to make a point here, it's cool to like the X-Men, but there's a certain level of fanboyism, as in wearing an X-Men t-shirt and then picking an X-Men comic. So we're just gonna, that line, we're gonna put that right there. And I'm below it and you're above it. Anyway, moving on. From Image this week, a new #1, Egos. This is Earth Galactic Operatives. This is kind of a superhero sci-fi big idea type of thing going on here. Stuart Moore, Gus Storms. Stuart Moore, been doing some Marvel stuff. Kind of, I thought he did some Marvel stuff like last year.
I personally can't say I'm familiar with his past work, but this looks intensely
It does look very cool. Gus Storms is doing some real, like, Nick Pitara, Cory Walker, kind of Ulysses Farinas. Hey, there's a space bong in here. Man, it's always a good comic when you get a space bong. But yeah, Egos #1, even a little blurb from Mike Carey on here, so you have, official real writer pimping some of this stuff.
Also out this week from DC is the newest issue of World's Finest. This is issue 19. It's a prologue to the First Contact crossover between this book and Batman Superman, being drawn by two of my personal favorite artists at DC, R.B. Silva and Kenneth Roquefort. They have a very modern, like, really kind of sharp style. Like, I want to say if you touch the art, you might bleed a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
But it's really, really cool stuff. It's the first meeting of Power Girl and Huntress and Superman and Batman, of course. So Earth 2 and whatever they're designating the New 52 Earth.
Right, yeah, we don't even talk about that. And cleaning up this week, we have our second of, as Morgan said, the week's a little light, but any week that you have 2 Ron Wimberly comics in 1 week, did you need to buy anything else? Really? This is Black Dynamite #1 by Brian Ash, Ron Wimberly, and Sal Buscema, with the most amazing shark-punching cover I've ever seen, ever.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's made fighting a shark look that cool since Batman in the 60s.
This is definitely our cover of the week as well. But yeah, you're getting some serious 70s, all yellow, kind of dirty, big, funky, badass, awesome Black Dynamite stuff that you've come to know and love from the TV show and from the movie. So if you need more funkiness in your life, they are here to help you with that, especially if you're white. So with that, that's going to be about it. Yeah, thank you all. And again, if you haven't checked out the award show, check it out. And hope to see you all next week.